Greetings. Welcome to your C2D podcast, Connecting to Develop. I'm Pamela Bosworth.
And I'm Rachel Argott.
And we're from the Jack McDowell School for Leadership Development at Evangeline Booth College here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the last week in our January series on The Leader as Coach. Please feel free to download the study aid that was created specifically for this podcast and use it as an additional development tool. Well, this week's topic is the importance of trust. Last week we discussed the need for leaders to have an authentic commitment to developing others. This is important to the practice of coaching, well, for many reasons. One reason worth mentioning at this time is that when your team sees that you care about their development, you're going to gain their trust and their loyalty in return. When people have a personally and professionally relationship with someone, then their coaching and their development becomes rich, and their commitment to God then takes place. Also, your organization will grow because you've won people's hearts by developing them. True development comes from being able to effectively relate to your team. And this is at the heart of the coach, investing yourself in the transformation of others. Leaders who believe in their team are going to approach them from a place of empowerment based on a posture of hope and expectation for change in their lives.
When the person you coach observes consistent and sincere concern for their well-being and advancement, they will begin to share personal and sensitive topics with you in the coaching sessions. This is normal practice in an effective coaching setting because it demonstrates that they can trust you. As their coach, establishing and maintaining trust is the most essential ingredient to the entire process. Today, I want to discuss the meaning of trust. It's the relationship to coaching and how a coach can build trust in the coaching relationship. Building trust must be a sincere desire to the coach. It requires an investment in time and emotion. Anything less will not foster a trusting relationship between the coach and coachee. The coaching session should be a place where the coach and the coachee can discuss things openly. This is important because without candid and honest conversations, it will be challenging to get to the root of the problem and the cause of the issue that could be hindering the coachee from reaching their desired goals.
Well, that's very true. And so we ask ourselves, what exactly is trust? Well, Stephen Covey describes it this way. He says, there is one thing that is common to every individual, relationship, team, family, organization, nation, economy, and civilization throughout the world. One thing which, if removed, will destroy the most powerful government and the most successful business, the most thriving economy, the most influential leadership, the greatest friendship, and the strongest character, and the deepest love. On the other hand, if this thing is developed and leveraged, that one thing has the potential to create unparalleled success and prosperity in every dimension of life. Yet it's the least that's understood and the most neglected and the most underestimated. And it's the one thing, and that thing is trust. Trust is the realm of coaching. It could be defined as the ability to instill confidence and reliance in you by being fair, truthful, and honest, and competent in what you do as a coach. To reiterate, trust is simply confidence. When you trust someone, you have full confidence in their ability, their character, and their motives towards you. But when you don't trust someone, you have suspicions of them and their purpose.
Trust is something that is not built overnight, but rather is developed over time based upon what one has observed and concluded about your behavior and speech. Without trust in the coaching experience, success will be slim to none. If a coachee does not trust the coach, then they will not believe the coach's words, sentiments, or expressions. There's a quote that says, "Without trust, words become the hollow sound of a wooden gong. With trust, words become life itself." The coaching session provides a great opportunity for a coach to demonstrate to the coachee that the coach can be trusted. This is accomplished when the coach displays consistent behavior and speech that shows sincerity in building up the coachee as opposed to tearing them down and criticizing them. This does not mean that you cannot discuss challenging issues or even hold them accountable to goals and actions, plans the coachee has perhaps missed. The challenge is presented in a way that speaks of areas of improvement and development versus criticism and punishment. Coaches avoid using coaching sessions as an opportunity to reprimand, share negative information, or punish the coachee, even if you are their boss or their supervisor. As a leader, if a leader needs to address performance problems, inappropriate behavior, or crucial concerns, then a leader should have a separate meeting to discuss those matters directly. Coaching could be one of the strategies offered to the staff member to address the concerns leaders may raise in the staff meeting, but not conflated with staff meetings to kill two birds with one stone. Leaders must be mindful not to embarrass staff members in front of their other teammates by addressing personal issues and professional issues like that. This type of behavior will not build trust, but mistrust. The same applies to the coaching session. Remember that the coach is not there to make any judgment or decisions for the coachee. The coach's job is to listen and walk with the coachee as they decide their goals and plans of action. An effective coach strives to make the session a haven for encouragement and development, as opposed to a place of stress and discouragement. Without an atmosphere of trust, a coach will not be able to coach well.
And consistency is another way to build trust. Being consistent in all the things we're talking about. The coaching experience is a purposeful event, and it should happen on a regular basis. The consistency will help to establish and maintain the trust because the coachee will see over a period of time that the coach is truly committed to their development. Building trust takes practice and dedication to being sensitive to the coachee's needs. So we want to give you 8 steps to building trust with a coachee. The first step is to maintain positive body language. Second, listen to them intently and speak less. Listening is important. The third is always show respect. Keep things confidential and keep your promises that you make. Be honest and transparent. And 7, be confident. Tell them you believe in them. Your ability as a coach to build and maintain trust with the coachee, well, it's the linchpin of an effective, successful coaching session. So it's our hope that as we have shared something about trust, that it has inspired you to work intentionally to create an environment of trust and confidence.
And next week, we will start a new series on coaching through conflict, and we'll discuss addressing the elephants in the room. Please make sure to visit and follow our Facebook page. It's Jack McDowell School for Leadership Development for our weekly leadership quote and leader thought questions for this month. Feel free to share your favorite quotes, thoughts, and concepts on the wall as it pertains to coaching. Until next time, this has been your C2D podcast.
And we hope that you will always remember that SLD is committed to shaping leaders to transform their worlds. God bless you.
Thank you for watching. We pray that you were blessed. Please join us next week for our next C2D moment. Until then, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SLD Leadership. The Jack McDowell School for Leadership Development is intentional about shaping leaders to transform their worlds. Feel free to contact us at sldleadership.com if we can be of any assistance. See you next week, and God bless.